Hey guys, it's Josh over at J&H. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday. I told you guys I was going to do more content like this where I'm actually talking to the camera instead of doing the video reviews, which I'm obviously going to keep doing. I love doing that stuff. I'm going to do more and more, and I'm trying to get a video out every day, at least Monday through Friday. It's Sunday though. I've got this update from Shimano, so I figured I would share it with you. I won't take too much of your time, but this is basically a discussion about product delays, right? So everybody's ordering like Fanfords and Saragosas and getting emails all over the place saying, "Hey, where's my pre-order? It's been 4 months, it's been 2 months, whatever." And I don't know, and that's the problem. So I haven't been getting much information, and this isn't just a Shimano problem, this is sort of an industry problem, but we haven't been getting information about this so that I can then convey to you, if you ordered on December 1st and on April 1st, you're going to get your reel or something like that. I don't have any of that information. I'm not getting that information from Shimano, and they don't have that information because everything is so screwed up. But I did get a email from them a couple of days ago, and it's addressed to sort of, Shimano also makes bicycles. It was addressed sort of to that segment of the business, but my assumption is because it got sent to me that it still applies to fishing, and it sounds right basically for what's going on. So let's take a look at this letter, and then after I'm done with that, I'll talk to you a little bit about J&H stuff and dark matter stuff. If you don't want to stick around for that, that's totally cool. But at least hear the Shimano thing so you can sort of understand what's going on with the industry as a whole, because I think this is a good representation of the issues. And I also just want to say thank you to Shimano for actually sending this letter out. Other manufacturers aren't doing that. Shimano wasn't doing that previously. It's been a year we've been going through this pandemic. So it's cool. Hopefully we get more of these, and just, the more information you guys have, and you can decide what you want to do regarding putting orders through, keeping orders, canceling orders, all that kind of stuff, because eventually the season's going to get here and you're going to want to go fishing. You're going to use all this stuff, and so it's important. So kudos to Shimano for that. So let me see if I can share my screen with you right here. All right, here we go. So this is the email that I received from them. I'm just going to read it to you. It's not that long, but we'll go over it a little bit. So you'll see also that, again, this is addressed to the bicycle segment of Shimano's business, but it applies to fishing as well. So, dear valued business partner, serving the cycling industry is Team Shimano's number one priority. Providing the level of service you've come to expect before the global pandemic has been challenging. The demand over the past months has overwhelmed our capacity and forced us to overcome challenges by evolving our systems and adapting our processes. Now, that's totally true. They have just been totally inundated with orders, because what's been happening is you put your orders in, right? And you don't get the stuff because of delays. So you get concerned as a dealer. You're like, "Oh, I don't know if I'm going to get stuff. I better order more stuff." And then you order more stuff and more stuff. And all of a sudden you have these huge back orders of stuff. And then all the other dealers have the same thing based on their volume and all that kind of stuff. But there's just this huge amount of back orders that haven't been fulfilled yet. And so that's a huge problem for Shimano to say, demand has overwhelmed their capacity. And that's totally true. And we're seeing that in other companies as well. Our factories across the globe will continue to increase production. That's a good sign. Currently, industry demand outstrips production capability on a global level. That's totally true. All right. Like many industries who transport their goods across our oceans, logistics and lead times for moving Shimano product from the factories to our warehouses are getting more complicated. We are managing through shortages in global shipping containers, in addition to long backlogs in the port of Los Angeles. We are seeing transit times move from just shy of 30 days to receive shipped products balloon to 60 or even 90 plus days in some extreme circumstances. So this is sort of just a bunch of things happening at once, which is there's so much demand for product, not just fishing or bicycle or Shimano product, but in general across the world for a wide array of products, right? And they all come, or a lot of them come from overseas, right? So if you're shipping from overseas, what's happening is other companies are buying up shipping times. There's only so many boats, right? There's only so many boats, and while it seems like, they're going to have a ton of boats and be able to do all this stuff, that's just not the way it is now. There's just a shortage of boats delivering product. Also, there's a shortage of containers, because I guess the containers get off the ship and they get transported to, let's say, the middle of the country, right? And then that container has to go to another port before it can be used again. Now, it doesn't have to go back to, in this case, Los Angeles. It could go anywhere. But if it's in the middle of the country, it's not being used for shipping, obviously. You know what I mean? So that is a huge problem too. There's just a shortage of containers to ship this stuff. And then also the backlogs at the ports themselves, where packages and boxes and containers are just literally hanging there for long periods of time because of congestion. So this has slowed things down from 30 days normal to 90 plus days, and that's a huge difference. So think about the fishing season. If you're fluke fishing in New York, 90 days, that's more than half your season, right? So it's just crazy. All right, let's go on to the next paragraph. The number one question asked by our business partners is when they will get their order. So true. We ask it all the time, and the answers have just not been there. Accurately answering this question has proven to be difficult given the hurdles from the factory floor to your door. We realize the delays and lack of answers to your questions affect your business. Super true. Again, it goes back to customers saying, hey, where's my order? And me and other dealers being like, I don't know. And you don't want to hear that as a customer. That's like the worst thing you could possibly say to a customer. But it's totally true, and it's unfortunate. So that's why I'm glad that Shimano is sort of doing this to back up what I've been saying all along, which is that it's just a lack of information based on the overwhelming demand. Actions taken to protect the health of our teams and families, coupled with the high levels of demand, have caused us to fall behind. Here are a few actions we are taking to improve in the areas within our control. So people are out sick because of the pandemic, right? So you have less people working. You can only have a certain amount of people in a certain space because of the pandemic and restrictions, government restrictions, and then this huge demand, right? So you've double, triple, quadruple the demand. You have less people being able to actually fulfill the orders. The boats are slow. The ports are clogged. All these kind of issues cause just major bottlenecks in us getting product. All right. Distribution center operations. Increased staffing by 35% year over year at this point. So from 2020 to 2021, they've increased the amount of people by 35%. Now, is that a lot? I don't know. It depends on how many they started with and when we're talking about this. If this was prime COVID, that might not be a lot of people, but it is something, and it's a good sign that things are increasing. Rebalancing incoming inventory to optimize the workload to get as much product out as possible. Some orders may ship from a non-preferred warehouse, but ultimately will result in you getting product sooner. So Shimano has a warehouse in California and the Carolinas, right? So if I'm in New York, I would rather have stuff shipped from the Carolinas because it's closer, it's a shorter distance. But if they're going to ship it from California, hey, as long as I'm getting product, you know what I mean? All right, here we go. Let's go to the next section. Communication and incoming inventory. Updating current orders to reflect best estimates when products will be available. Building additional B2B functionality, that's business to business functionality, and tools for customers to be able to more clearly understand their current open and back-ordered items and expected delivery dates. This is just, better communication digitally through the B2B website where we would order stuff. Managing how we take future orders in order to set realistic delivery expectations at the time of order placement. So again, if I'm just ordering an unlimited number of items, right, and so is everybody else because that's what they think. They think, if I just order more and more, I'll get more stuff or I'll get a bigger portion of what's allocated. Again, you have to manage that and figure that out because, if you're managing, I'm just going to pick a random number, but if you're managing $1 million in orders from your dealers, right, versus $100 million in orders, that's a totally different ballgame, right? So they're working on that to fix that problem. Recent actions put Shimano North America on a path of recovery during March for in-stock products. We will also work to improve our communication in the upcoming months while we work through this. Team Shimano has and will continue to do everything in our power to deliver your orders as soon as possible, and we appreciate your continued patience. Sincerely, Nolan Mosier, I think is how you pronounce the name, AVP Shimano North America Bicycle Incorporated, right? All right. So there you go. There is the latest information I'm getting from Shimano about the stuff that you ordered. This is very good to hear. This is good stuff. This is a start. We need more information, and we really need this from every manufacturer. Again, it's like pulling teeth to get information. And I get it. Sometimes they don't know. It's complicated, a lot of these problems, especially when you're doing the amount of business that a company like Shimano is, or Pure Fishing, or something like that. But we need to sort of get all the information so that I can then convey that to you guys. So I do appreciate what Shimano is doing. Again, most other manufacturers haven't done this, so this is a step in the right direction, and we really appreciate it. All right, so now for some like J&H and Dark Matter stuff. If you don't want to stick around for that, I just wanted you to hear the Shimano stuff. That was what was most important. Get that out there, let you know what's going on. I posted on Instagram today a picture, I think I did on Facebook too, of the new Dark Matter OB casting surf rod. That was just a prototype. That should be coming over the summer, and that is the conventional version of the spinning rod. And the spinning rod has been a huge hit. People love it, selling tons of them, and guys are super happy because it's a finesse surf rod, 10-foot surf rod, weighs like 7 ounces, and you can cast anything from half to 2 ounce better than anything else in open beach situations. So a couple of people had been talking about doing a conventional version. One of those guys was Tackle Advisors. He sort of pioneered that, and so we did it, right? So this is the second prototype I've received of this. It looks really good. The grips are better. Everything about it is better. When you switch over from the spinning to the conventional, we thought you could just we wanted to keep everything the same and just like change and put like a trigger on there, but it needed a little bit more work than that. And so in the second go, we really figured it out, and that's cool. So that is going to be good to go, and that'll be here over the summer. We are also launching a fluke rod specifically for John Skinner, which is going to be here in the next month or so. So I'm excited about that. And I've shown you guys, I think you guys have seen the Fishaholic intro rod, the Fishaholic surf rod. So we got a lot of new stuff coming for Dark Matter. We're also putting together a Dark Matter website, which will be cool. We won't be selling anything on there, just sort of so you can see the whole product line, get a feel for why we did what we did, why we designed these products, why they're in your best interest to use over something else, and just give you more Dark Matter information, which is really cool. Finally, with regards to J&H, this is going to be an interesting year for J&H, just a behind the scenes thing, not a customer thing, but we have issues with regards to certain things in the business that we are trying to resolve, and one of those is communication, customer communication. So we are implementing software to fix all these issues. I don't want to bore you with them, but I just want to let you know that behind the scenes we are constantly working to get better, to do better, to listen to your feedback regarding orders, regarding communications, where we fall short, where we're great, how we can improve, how we can get better, and how we can do more to make your experience at jnh.com or in the store or using the J&H app better. And sometimes some of those processes take a little bit longer than we want. It's just a bit more complicated of a situation in certain areas than you really think. Sometimes you just think like, oh, it's easy. We could just fix this problem. But sometimes it takes like 6 months. Sometimes it takes a year. That's not what we want. We want to fix things as soon as we can. We want to get better. And our goal is just to be the best in every possible area, especially with regards to customer service, because that's our thing. That you guys can reach out to me anytime. You can email me, DM me, hit me up in the comments on YouTube, whatever it is you want, and I will answer you as quickly as I possibly can. So I just want you guys to know that we love selling products and we love getting you the fishing gear you want, but behind the scenes we are constantly working to get better, to become more efficient, to get you guys more information. And while sometimes we don't do that, we fail in that regard in terms of like communication, we're working to make that a lot better and a lot easier. Because sometimes you think you've given enough information to the customer or to the person, and you haven't, right? You're just thinking in one way, and that customer is thinking in a different way. So we are going to sort of fix that problem as best we can. So if you've had an experience where you feel like they didn't give me enough information, again with this whole if you ordered a Shimano Saragosa, I use the letter as an example, and we didn't constantly update you and let you know there's more delays, we didn't do that, and that's on us. Right? We just sort of assumed that you were aware of the shortages and all that kind of stuff and what was going on. So these are all issues that we are aware of and working to fix. So 2021 really is a year of transition for us, where we are going to implement a lot of software to solve a lot of the issues, both external and internal, that we have, so that we can handle the growth that we've had, the growth that we're going to have this year, and more people joining our community. We just started a Discord a couple of weeks ago. We already have over 250 people on there, which is really cool. I'll put the link to the Discord server below if you want to join. Our app we have well over 10,000 people on the app. So if you can, download the J&H app on either iOS or Android. And so that's basically it. I do hope to do more of this sort of me talking to you sort of content. If you have any ideas for content, let me know. Right now, this is like a fake background. This is not my house or anything like that. If you are an artist or you are a graphic designer and you want to, do a wallpaper for me, I will. I'll use it in the next video. I'll use it as my background in the next video. Maybe we could do some sort of contest, some sort of giveaway related to that. That would be pretty cool. I'm open to sort of any ideas that you guys have. So feel free to reach out to me, whether it's in the comments, email, DM me on Instagram, and let's just talk more about fishing, all right? So thank you for tuning in, and we'll do this again soon.